I would like to begin my video as soon as all the birds are quiet. We had this agreed time limit of me being able to do this right now, and they were supposed to be quiet so I could do my video. All right, okay, everybody ready? Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching this video. I'm Tami Walker from Boxy Queens, and I wanted to share some artwork today and some videos I created. I thought I would put together a little series of videos. I've been practicing making 10-minute videos because I'm used to making shorts for so long. And I used to make longer videos, but I don't have a lot of attention span, so to make a long video and have to edit it is really boring to me because I get tired of watching it, and so I think other people would too. So in a sense, I have a lot of these longer videos that I've never put out because I thought they were too boring, but maybe they're not. Maybe it was all in my head. So stay tuned. Join this little ride here I made of this video, put together all the fun things I created, and it should be about 10 minutes. In this format too, sorry. I work on this drawing every so often for the last few years, adding little things in pencil and then coming back through and solidifying it in ink. And one of the little things I did was wrote a poem in my tree. I am crooked today. Everything is askew. I try so hard to make morning new, but every day is askew. Then I said, "You're not doing this right. You need more curve in this tree." And then I was upset that all this was not what I had planned. I thought last night of all the inventive drawings I would create just to forget about all of it. But in the end, it's just paper and time. Paper and time. Let's take a tour of the rest of the drawing. Now, this is supposed to be a random drawing, but I did give myself a perimeter by starting with a center spot, and then I just drew lines all the way around, and then I kind of filled in as I went. So, welcome to my little drawing. I've got some 4N tape, not 3M. I've got my two-legged horses. I am working on a sculpture of one of these right now. My Undertown, got this guy crawling, got this guy, sad guy here. The store that was here burnt down, but I crossed out burnt and wrote burn down. And then I've got my wheat waste helium guys. We got a spider up there. Now the tree is just words to say tree. There's me. Now this is originally supposed to be a kite, but when I was re-inking this, I misinterpreted this part. So there we go. High-fiving guys. There we go. That's a glass ceiling right there. Got our big buildings. Now I feel like maybe I was watching Poltergeist 3 when I did this, because I also was listening to In My Room from the Beach Boys when I worked on this too. So I love these little things. Hey, what's up with that guy's legs? They're crazy. Some ad space. So come around, socks only. What else do I want to tell you about that? I signed my name there. My other shirt is a yacht. This guy's coming down here, down into the zone. And we got a little bit of some slugs there. I feel like we've seen everything. Oh, I really love my hair-picked giraffe. I think that one turned out really cool. Sometimes I'll have just like one cool, really original idea that just pops up. And that was my hair-picked giraffe. That's my top idea. These little trees over here, it kind of looks like foliage, needles, leaves, tall tree. Wrote those in for the trees. Little anarchy sign, yeah. So I got TA 75, the chair's going up. I think maybe I was supposed to put a sun here. I just never got around to it. Sometimes I'll put a sun and a Swiss cheese moon, I call it over here. But pretty much that is my drawing. For the last 2 months, I've been working on the catalog of all of the things I've created in over 30 years. And little did I know that it would take so long to do this and how big this is. It's over 1,300 items. Now there are things that I made like one specific item, and I made many of that one item and sold that. And so I only put that like once in my book. And then there are times where like, I made 2 paintings of the exact same thing. So I put that in my book as 2 different items. So there is a lot of things like that. And there's also missing 100 handmade greeting cards that aren't in here, and so on and so forth. So this is the best I could get And sometimes I'll just all of a sudden remember another piece and write a little paper and put it in. Sometimes if I don't have the picture, I'll just put no picture available. I'll put where they're at, or if they're sold, a little information, put them in a plastic sleeve and put them in there. Now for some of my paper stuff, like the stuff I've drawn and ideas, I went ahead and put them in these portfolios. So I have from A to N, and these are all my sketch ideas and different things. I got a pattern, some ideas for hangers, and I'll put things in here like that so that I know where that is, and then I'll go ahead and put them also in there, and I'll call them like book N and put the little description on there. For this next part of my video, I wanted to give a little introduction on it. I was looking on Reddit and somebody had posted some pictures of a house they had in their attic. I mean, it was the coolest thing. There's a bunch of different posts of different pictures of the house in their attic and what it looks like inside the house. And I was so inspired by that, I wrote this little poem. And I was going to ask them if I could use their pictures for my poem, but any which way it turns around, that would be some sort of copyright infringement. So I used my AI, and together we created some pictures that might go along with the story or not, but check it out. I hope you like my little story.
The house in her attic is older than our house. I carried a ladder up into our attic and walked it into the older house. I set the ladder up and climbed up into that attic too. The house in our attic has an attic, and in that attic is a door. I opened the door to find a perfectly clean room with a bed and a chair and a desk, set up as if someone lived there. The house in her attic has an attic.
I looked out my door today, and what did I see? But the cat distribution system shining down on me.
I was watching an Alcatraz movie with Clint Eastwood, and this is kind of how my artistic ideas happen.
Alcatraz heads piñatas? Alcatraz head pillows? Alcatraz head lollipops? I've been working so hard on my catalog for over a month now that I decided to take a couple evenings off and just finish some older art pieces and finish out the sides of them, ink them in, make them look good. And this is one of them. This is the cougar. I actually was trying a minimalist design where I only did part of the face, but I called that project a fail, put this to the side, and then came back onto it almost, a year later now, and went ahead and finished this, which I love it now. It looks great. Sometimes you got to put stuff to the side and realize how wonderful that they are. Now, one thing I thought about doing was blackening in part of the mouth, and maybe that would be more effective. So I did take and put this idea onto one of my tablets, and so maybe we'll see something more with this in the future. But for now, this is perfect. Wow, that was a lot of stuff about my art. Now, if you have made it this far, we are into the outro of my video. I appreciate you hanging out. I did want to discuss something. Not too long ago, I was looking at how to make better videos on YouTube because they're telling you, better videos. And I would like to not do better videos on purpose. I would like to keep it real, except for the AI pictures in this video. But I looked online and I followed one of their little outlines. And so I made a complaining video. Now, I really hate complaining videos. Anytime anybody complains, I turn it off. And I don't like to complain either. But here I am making this complaining video. And it was about 10 minutes long. And so the funny thing is, after 20 views, I deleted the video because I felt my point was proven. I was complaining just about how they were telling me my videos weren't good enough or not original. But I feel like if I keep this format going, this is going to benefit me in the more AI years. So I'm going to keep being raw as I can on my videos. But I did get 4 comments on that video that was only 20 views. So in a sense, yes, it did raise my interaction. It did raise quite a bit by doing the video the way they said to do it. But if we all do things the same way, no one will ever grow. You ever come up with a new concept. So I pledge to never do an excellent video. Dun, 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 dun. As I get older, I'm not as red as I used to be. But, I mean, look at here in the sunshine. Sunshine. Okay, now. It's so sad. It's not as pretty. Let's go back out here. Let's go back out. See? Now, I could stay outside and have the sun bleach my hair out to where the red really is strong and expose myself to the harmful rays. Even with sunscreen, you're still gonna get it. Or do I live in the darkness? Do I live in the darkness and hope my skin doesn't age anymore? You know, I mean, yeah, I see the age coming on me. So, to be or not to be? No. So to be or not to be? That is the question.